Hello,
You
everyone.
think you can get that episode right?
And welcome back to...
Nice one.
No, not welcome back. This is a brand new series with a brand new cast. Not really. It's the exact same cast. This is Princes of the Apocalypse, episode 1, and I can't fuck that up this time. I'm joined by Biff playing...
You did your best to though.
You can say...
You already messed it up. You said welcome back.
I did, you're right. But that was just humorous.
Restarted, Ross.
I'm not restarting it, we're going. Okay, Biff, who are you and who are you playing?
No, Ross, that's not how it works.
Okay. I'm
You're
joined
not
by
the GM.
Biff. Say
Tell me
hello,
how to live
Biff.
my life.
Yeah, I'll reread the text.
Say hello, Johann.
Hello.
Say hello, Alex.
Hello, Alex.
Say hello.
Hello.
Fuck, I was trying to get Philip to do it without making him say Philip.
I'm not your dog, Ross. This is not how it works. You didn't train me to do this.
I think if you were to say Philip, why don't you please say hello?
Oh, you got Philip.
And then
Why
I
don't
would
you
go,
please say hello?
why don't you please say hello?
Scott!
That just makes it sound bad.
I'm just saying Scott's name, nothing else.
And he won't do anything until you ask him nicely.
Come on, Scott, please introduce yourself for the audience.
My name's Scott Ferguson. I live in Leeds. I'm an alcoholic. No.
And I'm Ross RMD. I don't know if I said that. Probably did. Okay, Johann, take it away.
Okay. Well, I'm going to read you the intro text again and add a little bit that is not in the intro text. So, Red Lodge is a little town on the long road, a few days travel north of Waterdeep and south of Yatar. It's a way station for caravans coming to or from the cities of the north, with only one inn, the Singing Sword. And a second inn. Anyway. An important delegation from the city of Mirabar disappeared in the nearby Samba Hills. The whole town is also abuzz with news and rumors of fierce raiders, roaming monsters, suspicious strangers, and unseasonable weather. So you, guys, I don't know, you will tell me the background on that, but you decided to set up a guild in this place because there are few guilds in the area, and you decided that's a good place to start. Especially since right now the area seems pretty dangerous and filled with monsters and bandits and the likes. So you sent word and got someone in the city to organize a headquarter would be a little much. Organize a shack for you that where you can place your guild name in the front. No, not that one.
Oh.
And yeah, right now you're traveling
This
on
one.
the... Exactly. No, I mean, if you want to pick one, it would, let's say this one, because it needs room for expansion, right?
Since we're an unofficial
the
guild,
green
so
one
to
says
speak,
nice.
we might want to stay away from too much close attention.
Let me circle
Yeah.
it real quick too.
The green
Until we
one's
can
nice.
make the order into something more order-like.
So you are on the long road, which goes to the north and south, and you basically just came into city. I'm pretty sure there's a text that I could read when you come into the city. Oh yeah, that's for the early adventure. Like if you guys would start at level 1 and do the Welcome to Red Lodge, get to know Red Lodge part, there would be a text for that.
Is there a handout for Red Lodge? Because there's a lot of numbers, but there's no names attached to any of these numbers.
Yeah, since you don't know these people right now, I will give you a handout.
We're going to have to
So
write it down.
we're brand new to the city, but we own a house here.
You got someone to... Basically, the city is not fully built. No, not fully filled. There were some happenings in the past that led to some people getting expelled from the city, and you got one of the houses that were left empty for cheap.
Yeah, so we heard there was cheap property and we needed anywhere to set up a guild
Yeah.
house. Because people were like, yeah, I'd love to join your guild, where's your guild house? And we're like, oh, fuck.
You basically pointed onto a map and generally
Red
said,
Lodge.
we'll buy something in there.
Can we
Red
have
Lodge
Vesper
sounds
instead?
just fine.
Can we have Vesper instead?
No, I already tried. He wouldn't let us have it.
Oh,
Also,
okay.
that one, I mean, we had to, take care of the field, and that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
What about
Yes,
25? Is there like a cave down there? We could do one of those, Indiana
Oh, we could have a
Jones
bat cave.
type. Yeah.
Rat cave.
That should be
all
our
I have to
first
say
point
about
of duty, guys. We should sail the house and go explore number 25.
Well, what we could do is have Lone Hunter dig us a tunnel from our small house on the outskirts over to 25. That'll be our escape route.
Guys, I think we might be the bad guys.
Okay, I found the part where I can read about Red Lodge. It's in chapter 6 because that's convenient, right? Red Lodge is a town on the long road, a few days travel north of Waterdeep and a few days travel south of Tribor. It's a way stop for caravans coming from the cities of the north, with an inn named the Singing Sword, a tavern called the Helmet High Sun, and many craftspeople who cater to travelers. And I will tell you the backstory of the intro adventure, because you will have heard that, and that's the reason you went there, to this place and not to the other places, because there was recently trouble there. Basically, a band of Red Larchers had set up something like a cult in a secret temple beneath the city, and someday the temple, part of the temple collapsed, and everything got shown to the public. Basically, everybody was able to see everything that happened there. And they exposed the Red Larchers and threw them out. Maybe some of them remained, you don't know. But the gist of it is that the people are not happy about that and are a bit wary of strangers. I'll be right back. The doorbell rang.
The town of Red Larch was disturbed by a great bell.
So what we're doing? Are we just chilling?
Well,
Well,
why don't
we
we meet up
rode-
at the tavern, guys?
I think we rode in on a caravan together, right? So maybe we could describe our guild and the group.
Well, I'm just introduce the characters.
Don't we already know each other?
That's what I'm saying, we should tell each other in person, because
Yeah,
we already know each
As
other.
characters, we know each other, but as players, we don't.
All right. Dendarian Dandy Phillimore, people call him Dandy or don't, it's up to you, is a bard, a very old bard, weighing in at 170 to 180 years old as a half-elf, so he's at the edge of his lifetime. He used to be well known, but he has long since faded off into nothingness as more active minstrels and friendly minstrels have come along. He sees this as his last great adventure before death claims him. Mostly because a somewhat ill repute, Ragnar Ironfist came to him inquiring about spreading stories about a Order of the Iron Thorn. When Dandy did some investigation into the Order, he quickly discovered that it actually didn't exist. The only member of it was also its founder, known as Ragnar Ironfist. Apparently, Ragnar had been going around telling people that he was doing business, whatever it was that he was doing, and on the business of the Order of the Iron Throne. And it had gained some notoriety due to this, but people were starting to look into the situation. So to add some more legitimacy to the Order, he had me spread some stories. Seeing that this probably wasn't going to be the end of it and taking the next natural progressive step, Dandy decided to make contact with adventurers that he felt were more discerning than others, who may need the backing of an order to help legitimize their own efforts, or to feel like they're part of something larger than themselves. I leave it up to you, whatever your motivations were for joining such an inauspicious order of people. As you don't actually have to be a knight to be part of this order. He is useless in combat, which you all probably found out on the road to Red Lark. But he is very capable at talking to people and handling situations, and mostly it seems lying his face off.
Okay, I guess you were doing character introductions.
Yeah.
So
I'm a part of the Zentarum, I guess. I'm a faction agent for the Zentarum, but I wanted it to run like I am using the Zentarum to help the Order, not the other way around.
okay, that's fine. In that case, I'm gonna send you the motivation of the Centrum to find the missing delegation.
All right. Should I forget about that other one that you sent me?
No, that's your general plot hook, but the Centrums themselves have a motivation to find the delegation.
All right.
I am a former member of the Lord's Alliance.
Yeah, in that case, it's your choice. If you wanted to keep in contact with them and know why they care about the delegation, I will send you the information as well.
Yeah, if you could, that'd be good. I don't know how involved I'm going to be in them, but they may pop up at some point at your discretion.
Yeah. Okay.
Hardly ever
I
done
sent-
clue.
Okay.
Unsurprisingly for a ranger.
No. Okay, Biff, I sent you the stuff.
Or was it what was it Order of the God? No.
Is anybody else going to explain their character?
No,
Yes.
it's just you.
So, Ragnar Iron Fist, is a dwarf, was a former member of the Lord's Alliance and was a respected smith for them. However, something changed for him, and he became bitter and distanced himself from the Lord's Alliance and started freelancing, shall we say, on his own, seeking someone specifically. This has remained a secret to the rest of you till this point, but he is seeking vengeance on an individual. He started the Order of the Iron Thorn in order to kind of legitimize his actions and not look like a vigilante, but look as though or appear as though he is a member of a guild, and who wants to take part in these in the standard adventuring lifestyle. But really, it's at the end of the day for his own gain in the background. He then met up with Dandy, who he's known for a few years, or known of for a few years. I'm 146 as a dwarf. I'd heard his talents for spinning tales and recruiting and these kind of things that a guild needs to prosper. Reached out to him and started asking him to take the next steps that a guild requires to build itself.
Okay, so he's basically your master of whispers.
Yes, he is my master of whispers. I'm not familiar with how a guild operates. As I said before, he started freelancing, although he was a warrior and trained the same way dwarves are trained. He was primarily a blacksmith and a skilled craftsman in his own right, but he did serve under a master weaponsmith, master armorsmith before he went out on his own.
All right. What about Lone Hunter?
Okay, so Lone Hunter is quite obviously a Goliath, giant of a being, over 6'7", weighs about 300 pounds. He's joined the group as the knuckle dragging muscle, I suppose. Regarding his own personal intentions, what's brought him to the local area is he's searching for someone who had some implication in his destruction of his homeland or his home area. As to where that is, he's not let on. All he knows is that he's searching for the people that have, led to the destruction of his homeland. He's not a very charismatic individual, takes things overly literal. So you've got to kind of bear that in mind when you're speaking to him. He's very straight to the point and doesn't really get metaphors, for example. But yeah, he just stands out as the muscle and the heavy for the group.
Okay. So we have the head, the Master of Whispers, and the muscle. Ross, where do you fit in?
So I am a cat. I'm a tabaxi, which are cat people from a far off land. Falling Leaf in the Autumn Forest is his full name. Oh, you're not 6'7". I thought that was really short.
Yeah, no, sorry, I said it the wrong way around.
Yeah. He's 7 foot, 90 kilos, because tabaxi are really tall, but it's good. I feel much better now that I'm smaller than the Goliath. So he's travelled really far, and his real motivation, and did I say I'm a ranger? I'm a ranger, by the way. And he goes by Forrest for most people. And he's quite an odd fellow. In terms of he does not that concerned about money or things like that. And why he was motivated to join this guild is actually because of Dandy. Tabaxi and Forrest in particular has a real joy and lust for lore and hearing stories and tales, and he'd heard tales of Dandy on a far off land, and he picked up his name and he's like, that cannot be, I thought that man was dead. And as to why he was allowed to join, I suppose, well, like I said, I can tell you I don't have any money, but what I do have are a very particular set of skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. He can sneak in places, and he's good at the lay of the land out in the wilderness too, especially tracking people. I don't think there's anything else.
What kind of pattern do you have?
I look like a lion apparently. A tabby cat, I guess. If you look at my picture. There wasn't a lot of photos of, no wait, that's not a tabby cat. What is that? I don't know what that is.
Well, I guess if you're a lion, you don't have a pattern. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I was very little photos, so I couldn't get what I really wanted, but I guess at the moment I don't have any patterns. If I was entered, I'd be a jaguar. So that wouldn't have to be a pattern either. Right? Because they were just black. Or I guess some of them have patterns. A jaguar pattern then. Whatever that's called.
Okay. So you're the house cat.
Yep, and I'm good at sneaking in places and stealing other people's stuff.
You're the rat catcher.
No, he's not the house cat. I have a cat.
Me too.
Oh, so you're the replacement house cat.
I'm the second
You're
replacement.
the second vice. You're the vice second in command, cat.
Yes, seconding cat.
Face.
Man.
Face cat.
Okay. I
As
gave
you know,
you.
romance doesn't ensue.
Yeah, my cat's name is Hart, and it's much older than yours.
Heart.
H-A-R-T.
I'm 30. It's older than me, wow.
It's a magic cat.
I'm 29 actually, I lied.
The mule's name is Allie.
Like the boxer.
Yeah.
Okay, so I gave you a handout for player notes for Red Lodge. So Philip, where do you fit in?
Yeah, so my character is called Sandra. She is a human of young age, just turned 19 years old, and she's 4'9", so she's very fragile, very petite young woman. But she bears she looks like she is. This is the first time that she left like the comfort of a home. You know, she studied magic and was very safeguarded by everybody. And now it's her first step out in the world as part of her education. And she was referred by several people, her teachers, and also her family, to a man called Dandy, who has been a bard for generations, that has whose stories have entertained many people, her grandparents and their parents, and that kind of story. So she they reached out to him and made contact, and that's why she traveled from Waterdeep to Red Lodge. She does look a little bit confused sometimes. She also seems to have a lot of notes and stuff, which she carries around in a big book. And she uses magic from time to time, which you have clearly seen on your travels to Red Lodge, but can be a little bit confused sometimes, especially in the mornings. She is a slow waking person, not what's that called? I don't know. She's a sleepyhead. And yeah, this is basically part of her studies as a wizard to go out in the world and establish herself after her basic education. Yeah. And that's how she came in contact with the rest of the guild and hired on as keeper of magical goods and expertise in that kind of regard.
All right. Okay, so you two have traveled to you five have traveled together for at least a few days. I don't know where you all met up and how you came together as a group, but right now you were on your way from the long road, and you approached this fairly small village of Red Lodge. I mean, it's big compared to the other collection of buildings in the area, but it's still a fairly small one. My phone, I'm sorry. I'll be right back.
First pizza, now a phone.
Wow.
What a busy life.
It's almost like we didn't schedule this. Jesus. Also, on a second note to my character owns a cat. It's a
Oh God, there's cats everywhere.
yeah, it's a brown tiger stripe, tiger pattern cat, and his name is Findus. And he's quite large for a cat, which puts a bigger contrast on her with her small scale.
Was he like really fat?
No, just large build.
Well, Heart is old and gray and looks like she's on death's door.
That's lovely.
What's your cat called, Philip? Sorry?
Findus. I'll type it in chat.
Finders. Tiger stripe. Big cat.
I imagine Heart is pretty ratty looking as well.
Oh, Findus. Okay, that's not what I heard. It's totally appropriate music score right now. That's the 10 stuff we need for this gripping when will Johann return music.
Will he ever return? That's the question.
Oh, you should have came back right there. That would have fit so well with the music. I was hoping and praying.
Does Ragnar smoke a pipe?
Yes, he's a dwarf. Of course he does.
I mean,
He's trying not to stereotype.
yeah.
Yeah, no, he does though.
I mean, not all humans are confused. Come on.
He does. He smokes a pipe. It's one of these kind of really, like, intricate, like, think Christoph Waltz's character in Inglourious Bastards. That's the kind of pipe we're talking.
So you're a funny bad guy. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from you.
Yeah, no.
May I smoke my pipe? My job dictates. Must have my men in and control me. That is unless you have something to tell me that makes the conducting of a search.
Oh, the subtitles are in Spanish, as I say.
Also, that any
I
information
think.
that makes
Are they?
That doesn't look Spanish, man. Looks maybe Turkish.
It does not look Turkish. Maybe it's French because it says au revoir in the comment. I think it's French. Di carte armata germana in Timpul. How does that not sound Spanish?
hates.
Yeah.
Slubja Mia. I'm not sure what that is. It's Romanian.
Interesting.
Quick roleplay, guys. Fill the airtime. So amigos.
Ragnar.
Yes. Lone Hunter.
Johann. It's not Iron. Why do you go by that name?
It's what these hands created. Lone Hunter.
I hope you do not learn of my name.
So your name should not be Iron Fist. It should be Fist Made Iron.
We shortened it down a few generations ago. Yes, I was a smith.
Ah, so your surname should be Smith.
Yes.
I will call you Ragnar Smith.
If you wish, Lone Hunter. guess-
Actually, you could call him Ragnar Schmidt because in the Dwarven dialect, that is how they pronounce him.
I do not speak Dwarven.
I do not either, but I read about it.
Presumably, we should be changing your name as well, Lone Hunter. To Group Hunter.
I'm Hunter. Huh. Actually, that's agreeable.
Okay, Group Hunter it is then.
I feel this is
This is
this is a Tom's character becoming a woman again, isn't it? It's something that's now stuck.
not that severe though.
He changed his name and wrote it.
Well, he couldn't argue with that.
Yeah, that's it. That's case closed and shut.
Every time he goes on a solo mission, it's gonna be okay. Change my name again.
Group Hunter. Who are you hunting, if I may ask?
Groups, it says in his name.
Perhaps you are not hunting right now?
Just because I do not seem to be hunting does not mean I am not hunting. It's much like your cats, like you.
Meow. Oh, yes, Group Hunter.
Yeah, you named group member.
Party member. Consenting adult.
Okay, Johann, you are back now, so I think you can continue.
Yeah.
You carry on.
Yeah, so you approach the city and you see from the distance it seems not too busy. You see a place that might be used as a marketplace, but it's currently fairly empty. Like there are a few stands that might be used, that might be stuck there. That might be there always, but it's fairly empty. And the city itself,
Stationary.
yeah, stationary. Thank you. The town itself seems not that busy. When you approached, you've seen a few fields with people working in there, and there are a few people walking about, but not too many, like a handful. And as you approach, you see a guy. He looks like a guard, but he looks like the urban version of a guard. So he has a spear, and that's it. Who's standing on the side of the road, and as you approach, he gets up and he waves in your direction. And obviously he's a little too far away to talk, so it's a bit awkward, but you approach him and yeah, he says, "Greetings, welcome to Red Lodge. We're glad to have you here. You're from the Iron Thorn, the Order of the Iron Thorn?"
Aye. That'd be the guild's name.
Oh,
We're just an outlier of the order. Mind, the order proper won't be here for some time. We're just breaking the town in.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
He laughs a little. He's a fairly young guy. He laughs a little and says, "Oh, well, as long as there are no break-ins." And he turns around.
Why would there be break-ins?
It's just a joke. If you would please follow me. We already prepared your house. It's been left and cleaned after the previous occupant had to leave, and it should be quite suitable. I don't know if it houses this many people, and he looks a little worried, but after a few seconds that vanishes from his face, and he says, "Well, it should be fine. It's not like it's a guild living room. It's more of a guild outpost, right?" And he walks along the road and just expects you to follow him, and he doesn't expect any answer. So if you want to talk to him while you're walking to the house, you can do that.
Hey, amigo. Compadre.
Yeah, what is it?
What happened to the last owner, amigo?
Oh, that was quite the uproar. We had a cult in this city. Can you believe that? They tried to lead the entire city, and it was really weird. But luckily we got rid of them. They are on the way to Waterdeep right now, and they should be put into prison there forever.
Oh, amigo, that's good to hear. I am fascinated by the beauty and wonder of Red Lodge. It is a wonderful town you have here.
A little quiet, though.
Quaint, Dandy. Quaint.
Yeah, I mean,
It makes for a good study environment.
on
I
the
don't see a
weekend.
lot of women folk.
Oh, you should head to the Helmet High Sun then. There. The women there. Oh, yeah.
What do you mean?
I mean, there are one or two barmaids employed there, just in case you're wondering if we have no women, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and you arrive at the house, and it looks like a typical maybe farmer's house. It's got a front room and a tiny back room, both of that which are fairly empty. You have the basic like a table, a chair, maybe
How much
even a
overall
cupboard.
room?
In square feet, because I don't know square feet.
How many rooms are there?
Oh, it's 2 rooms. One
In
that
each
seems
room
to be.
can hold like 5 people.
Yeah, it seems that the back room, the smaller back room, is supposed to be the sleeping quarter, but there's only one bed in there because only one person lived there. And the front room it's quite large.
How many beds could we get in there?
shit, we don't have a room we all know. It's
Were you gonna say imagine like someone's bedroom? Is that what you were gonna say?
imagine Ross's bedroom or Philip's bedroom, but I don't know Ross's
Oh,
bedroom.
I know.
It's-
Imagine-
Small and lonely.
Imagine your mum's bedroom, Johann.
Oh
We all
yeah,
know that.
everybody
We've all
has
been
that
there.
one.
Ah, nice.
So we can all
I
sleep
forgot.
comfortably.
No, it would be very, very snug.
I do not need to sleep inside, my friends. I'm
I
an animal of the wild.
The
sure
guard
hope
mentions.
you're,
So if you need rooms to stay, I can recommend the what was his name again? The Singing Sword. We have lots of spare rooms there. Since lately, I mean, the caravans they're not that busy lately.
I'll be like poking the wall with my cane / walking stick, and turn around over my shoulder, looking at falling leaf.
Call me Forrest.
A leaf thing, cat. You could sleep outside like a damn animal if you want to, but I'd like to have a roof over my head.
Oui, amigo. We all have different preferences in this life. Tell me, guard, what is your name?
Oh, my name is. Okay, let's not pick Tom or Frank for once. My name is. It's James.
James, are you being paid by this inn?
Oh no, I'm not paid by this inn. I'm paid by Captain. What's his face?
You do not know your own captain's
captain of
name,
all
Jim?
captains.
James?
It's
I'm mighty
Captain-
suspicious of you, James.
Was it Harkness? Let me look it
Captain
up.
John Harkness? No, Jack Harkness. Whoops, fuck.
Yeah, wow. Ross.
Fuck that one up, wow.
You're not even.
You
Damn.
also already fucked up your Spanish, mate.
Did I?
It's C, not we.
Fuck.
Aw.
Secret
Captain Harburg. Oh, I'm employed by Captain Harburg.
Harburg. Ah. And tell me, James, do you know of anyone who could arrange a party, so to speak?
Arrange a party?
My friend, we need to celebrate this wonderful gift to us. I want to lavish the place for a party for my guildmates.
I mean, if you walk around, you can surely find some shops that sell food and drink. Maybe if you go to the and he looks like he's thinking a lot about it actually. Maybe if you go to the wagon worker, they can even get you some tables and chairs, and you can have a grand party.
I will invite the entire town to this celebration of the opening of our guild.
That would be nice, but don't we? If you invite people, that means you would be the host, and I don't know if you know this, but parties cost a lot of money. If you got to buy cakes, and some people get sick. A lot of children get sick, and yeah. Do you have money?
Amigos, I'll bring out like a small, I don't know, ruby or something. Amigos, this I think will be enough for a party for us. I do not think I will be buying the most lavish of cakes with this gem, but it will be enough to celebrate our wondrous adventure
Wait,
together.
where did you get the ruby?
It's not. It's only worth 10 gold pieces.
No, okay.
But I mean, food is really cheap in the player's handbook, so. And I meant to go into debt for spending gold on parties and gifts for my friends.
Okay.
Just going with my quirk. So anytime you want to word me inspiration for that, Johann, feel free.
I mean, right now you
It's
only
golden
talk
rule
to
of
someone
Shastra
about it.
inspiration, You don't get it.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we could have a party. A party does sound very grand, especially if you invite some women folk along.
Yeah, I would love to meet some other women. It's nothing against you guys, but you know.
No, go on.
No, do go on.
That's. I didn't mean to. It's nice to talk to other girls sometimes.
I agree.
See? Yeah. So I think a party is a great idea. We can meet other people. We can show those people who we are, so they come to us with jobs, right? We're a guild.
Well, I don't think we should show them too much.
At this point,
Unless you're into that.
this point,
Sandra gives Standy a very puzzled look.
Into what?
James seems a little uncomfortable, and he suddenly says, "So if you need me, I'll be at the front of the city, like where you found me. I have to go. Maybe."
Hold on there, James. I have a question for you.
Oh yeah, what is it? Of course, always.
Now, Johann, out of character here. You, this information that you sent us, we already have it, or we get it once we're in town?
No, you already have it.
Okay. Well, what you sent me is they're concerned about a delegation, but you didn't tell me anything about the delegation.
Yeah. That's basically what you're told. There was a delegation, and
A delegation to where? About what?
oh, I didn't.
I remember this exact problem occurring in the original.
Okay, it was a delegation from Beliard, which is a town, I think, in the northeast, but way in the northeast.
Can you type that in for me, please?
Yeah.
Okay.
From Beliard to... oh no, from Mirabar, never mind. Mira...
I know that one.
Okay, yeah. Beliard is a town on the map in the northeast, but yeah, it's on the map.
And it was going where?
It was different points in this region. Like they wanted to split up once they reached Red Larch, and different people would go different ways. But it was, I mean, it wasn't a delegation with one united goal. They had a bunch of objectives, but different people traveling within the delegation.
All to go to
Red
Red
Larch.
Larch.
Yeah. At some point, they wanted to end up in Red Larch.
And they
But
never
they
did.
didn't.
Okay.
No, and you don't know where they were last seen, and I think the issue is that for the people here, the missing delegation isn't that big of a deal, because caravans go missing recently all the time, and yeah, they're not. It's not like the big thing over there.
How long has it been since they should have got to Red Larch?
It's probably been a week. Like, they were expected a week ago, and they didn't show up, but maybe other places where they would have shown up reported, or maybe other places where they showed up reported that they went through there, and people became concerned because they just wouldn't show up anywhere anymore.
Do we know the last reported location where they showed up?
You don't, but that's something you might be able to find out by asking around.
I'm just finding my baseline here, sorry.
That's fine.
You seem to be
mean,
the guard from the edge of the town there, James. A very important duty. You must be entrusted with a lot of information with people coming and going often, yes?
Oh, of course, he pushes his chest out a little bit. Of course, I have a very important job, but unfortunately, it's also a very busy job. We are either standing guard or fighting crime, or we are sleeping because we don't have that many guards. So
Of course. And I'm gonna like slide up to him and like settle my arm about him, somewhat grandfatherly. Oh no, I understand. It's a rough life out there. But perhaps you could tell me a little something, just real quick, before I let you get back to crime fighting and rolling in the hay with the lasses.
Sandra looks confusedly between the two of them.
Oh, what is it?
There was a delegation due to Red Lark, and I was wondering if you had heard anything about it, if there was any word coming down the road about, caravans waylaid on the side of the path, or any troublesome areas that merchants that made it through maybe reported.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. The delegation did go missing.
Yes, that's what I said. You're a sharp lad, James, a sharp lad.
I'm sorry. I don't get much chances to talk with traveling people. Maybe you should ask in one of the taverns. There are always lots of people there that might have information.
Anybody in particular I should speak with? Maybe I could drop your name.
Okay.
All the crime fighting that you do, I'm sure you have many informants around the town.
Oh, I mean, me and Yalessa are quite. I mean,
Yolassa, that sounds like a female name.
yeah, the butcher. Actually, we all reside there. There's no. We don't have money for a specific sheriff's house, so.
You all operate out of the butcher's office?
Yes.
Well, wise. A man moves on his stomach.
Yeah, I think Harburg and Yalessa had some kind of deal.
Who's Harburg?
Harburg, he's the captain of the guard.
Oh,
The
okay.
4-people guard.
Where's the butcher? We should need to stop by there for the party, of course.
It's number 11. He tells you the directions.
Okay. It's one of 2 vague
It's
houses.
one of about 5 or 6 houses, yeah.
It's number 11B.
No,
Very well,
I think
very well.
it's that one of those is the butcher's shop and one of those is the butcher's living house.
One's our fridge, one's our freezer. It's got one.
No, I mean the ones.
I think it's the
to
one at the
left.
end because of the sheep and stuff. could
Yeah.
be there.
What tavern do the merchants frequent?
Oh, I mean, most of the merchants prefer the swinging sword,
The swinging sword.
which is
And
number
you
2.
said the lasses there were quite fine, if I remember.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not one of the rich folk, or one of the people who have enough money to afford the stay in the swinging sword. So I usually just go to the Helmet High Sun, which is number 3, to grab 3 beers and joke with the guys. And have
The
a great
hammer is
time.
2 and 3?
No. The hammer is 3. No, the helm at High Sun is 3, and the swinging sword is 2.
Okay, the helmet high sun is 3.
I understood the Hammered High Sun, and I was like, wow, that's a good tavern name.
See it. These are all in the red large player notes, by the way.
Thank you.
I think, unless the ones I missed, CFK.
Are they out or where?
Red large player notes you gave me. I've wrote down all the people.
Oh, yeah.
And I hope they're all right.
Thank you, my boy. You all best head back to the road, and we need to be protected so that us old folk feel safe.
Oh yeah, of course. We don't want those thugs and thieves rolling into town.
Of course, of course. Run
And-
along there, child.
He gives you a wave and jogs away.
About as sharp as a
Sandra-
bag of mallets, that boy.
Sandra just, when he walks away, she raises her hand half-heartedly and, gives it a little wave. She turns around a little bit like a chicken, like looking around, grasping what's going on. So, should we see the captain?
About
Aye.
what?
It's about time I introduced myself to him.
Oh, hey, Ragnar. Yeah. Yeah, you should talk to the captain about us being here, right?
Pardon me. I'd imagine he already knows of our presence. You did send ahead, didn't you, Dandy?
Of course. Why don't you stay here and I'll do the introductions so that, that was in the letter that I sent ahead. You come in a few minutes after I enter.
Aye, very well.
Is your dwarf
All right.
Scottish, Alex?
Pardon?
Is your dwarf Scottish?
Yeah, obviously, I'm a dwarf.
Fucking racist piece of shit, Jesus Christ.
Says the guy who always derives to the French accent. Huh?
Yeah,
That's not my Russian never goes French, I have, you know.
because it does.
Yeah, I
It
remember.
does all the time.
Anyway.
All of your accents go French.
Anyway. So, I guess we'll stay here then and clean house.
Well, it sounds like we're going to have a party, eh? And he says this scathingly, looking at the giant cat.
I grin. Cheshire style.
There won't be any parties here, not under my watch.
We don't even have a table to put anything on, so of course there wouldn't be a party.
But amigos, how can we else celebrate what a wonderful experience this is?
You can go out back and chop some firewood, and you can be very youthfully exuberant about it.
But what about Group Hunter? What do you think?
I thought he was Lone Hunter.
Did you miss that?
Yeah.
I missed that. I clearly missed that.
So he was making the point of why am I called Iron Fist when my hands aren't made of iron? So I was like, well, why are you called Lone Hunter when you're in a group of when you're with a group of us? He was like, oh, fair fight. So he's no group hunter.
I thought your nickname was something that you were sort of renowned for.
No. So he's very literal. So he's gone from being a hunter on his own to being part of a group. So to him, it makes sense.
Okay.
And a party would be good for meeting all those in the town that have, tasks for us.
We can do that. We can do that in the end.
You can do that also by going into the town. I mean,
Yeah. I maybe we can just buy a few drinks in town.
Throw a party at the inn! You are so smart, Sandra! I love you! Mwah, mwah!
I agree with the cat. I agree. Falling leaf in the autumn forest is quite right. And I throw an arm around Sandra's shoulders and start leading her towards the town. Drinks are on Sandra, everybody.
Well, I didn't. No. I mean.
But you just said you should spend some money and buy everybody drinks. That's what everybody heard it. I'm sure.
Well, I still got to buy food for Findus, and also we don't know
He's
what
a
else
cat. We live on the edge of the
Well, I mean,
dump.
he's not just your ordinary cat. He's Findus. He's mine. He's
Amigos!
I pick up Hart from the back of Alley, and I literally throw him inside of the shack that we live in. And then I slam the door. Eat the damn mouses, stupid cat.
Oh, well,
Senorita, worry not, I will pay for it. Don't worry. I can cover
That's
it.
all right, but I have to make a point to Danny. You can do with your cat what you want, but my cat is actually a bit special, and I have to take care of it.
Everyone looks at the guy that's lying there on the ground dead.
No, actually, that's the first time. That's the first time Findus opens his mouth, and instead of meow, he just says, "Hey, hey."
I take my arm from around your shoulder and I slowly shuffle away, looking at you with concern.
I look at you very confused. And Johann, just something for the visual piece. Are spectacles a thing in this world, like glasses?
yeah, probably.
She's wearing glasses.
Okay.
Ooh,
I mean,
those
I
are
pictured you
expensive.
wearing glasses already.
Yeah.
So she's a huge nerd. That's what you were
No.
saying.
She's
She's a
like
wizard.
an actor who's really hot, but they put on glasses to make her look like a
Yeah,
nerd.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a moment that at some point the glasses
Yeah.
come off and the hair tied up gets
Yeah, and the
shaken out.
buttons, the buttons. No. So basically, she walks around and it's like, oh my god, I'm such a nerd. I read this book yesterday, and I got to the second page, and it said magic. Oh my god, so funny.
No, I like Alex's imagine like the front page turns into hot just by removing the glasses and then
Removing the
comes
glasses and untying her hair.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
how it works, right? Aye, let's make our way to the tavern.
Yes.
First
let's
round's
go.
on Sandra.
Come on, Findus.
I'm gonna leave my mule here.
Okay, so where are
Does
you
Group
heading?
Hunter follow us?
We're going to the Singing Sword, right?
Yeah.
I'm going
Swingers.
to 11 to make introductions before Iron Fist realizes that I haven't done that.
Okay. So I guess we'll do Dandarian Dandy.
You can just call him Phil. You can just call him Dandy.
Okay, I guess we'll do Dandy first. So yeah, you get there, and it's obviously a butcher's shop. There's a pen of animals to the side, and yeah, it smells a little bit of metal, like the bloody smell. And yeah, you enter, and you're greeted by a fairly robust lady. She says, "Oh, hello there."
Hello, madame. It is a pleasure to make your beautiful acquaintance. And I imagine there's like the creaking of bones as he tries to sweep a bow.
Okay.
Throws a hip out while trying to bow.
Yeah. Also, with robust, I don't mean fat. I mean like muscular.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Okay. Yeah, and she says, "Oh, have you come with a caravan, or are you here?"
Oh, I am the herald of the Order of the Iron Thorns.
Oh, yeah.
Believe
What
you got a
order?
letter for me. I'm here to speak with the captain.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I think he's asleep right now. He got the night shift 3 days in a row. Do you want me to
I
go up?
understand. I cough really, really loudly. Like, just a huge, fake, hacking cough.
Do you need some water?
Yeah, yes, please. And I cough again, like really, really loudly. Just insanely, annoyingly loud.
Okay.
She'll say he's actually sleeping in the other whole house.
She seems a bit weirded out and says, "I'll go get him." And she actually moves to the second house, which seems to be the
Is there anybody else in here?
no.
I'm gonna pocket some meat.
You can do that.
Good start.
Yeah, you can pocket like if you would take an amount that isn't noticeable, you could pocket like a pound of meat.
If she has like jerky, I would prefer that.
Oh yeah, there's some hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, I'm gonna just pocket enough for myself, and so that it's not too noticeable that I took some.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, she comes back after a little while with a guy who seems like he just woke up. He's
You must be the captain. This fine lady was telling me that you were sleeping. I didn't realize that you were going to wake the captain up. I did not wish to be an imposition.
Oh no, that's not a problem. So
What is he
you're one
wearing?
of those. He's wearing. He looks like he put on part of his leather armor, but only the arm part, and then decided it's not worth it to put on the entire thing and just.
So he's got like his long johns on.
No. He's got his normal clothing, but no armor. He's got a sword to his side. Yeah.
That's
but-
a very fine sword that you have.
Oh yeah, it kept me very good company over the times. I heard you were from the guild that just set up.
The Order of the Iron Thorn. Our founder, Ragnar Ironfist, has come out to this town to establish a satellite of the guild proper. More like an outpost at first, but we hope to expand into a larger format and maybe move our headquarters here.
Oh, yeah, that's. I think I heard about that from. Didn't you send a letter?
He looks like shocked for a moment, like, yes, I think we did.
Wait, so you did actually send a letter, right?
No.
How do they know that then?
They don't.
They don't. That's the point.
He's
He's
coming
right,
in.
he's lying.
Yeah, Alex told Dandy to send a letter and Dandy didn't. So
Oh,
Dandy's
okay.
gone ahead because he told Alex he had sent a letter but he hasn't.
Oh yeah, okay. I mean, in that case, even the guard wouldn't have known to expect you. But
Maybe the people who sold the house
Maybe
told him.
there's magic at work here.
The people who sold the house told him who's buying it. There you go. Who's your end?
yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, so
The cultist sold the house. And,
yeah, so he doesn't say anything about a letter. But yeah, he seems. I says, oh, I haven't. He looks. He shoots Yalessa a look and says, I must have forgotten that. I mean,
It's hard times. Maybe the letter hasn't made it here yet, or we got lost in the shuffle of important paperwork that captain
that might be it. That might be it. We have got a lot of bandit problems recently, so that one of them might have nicked it.
Really? Bandit problems, you say?
Yeah, it's we can't quite pin it. It doesn't seem to be a single bandit outpost or something like that. It just seems like the criminal activity in the area has gone up.
Do you have any notes on where these raids have been taking place?
Oh, I don't. We usually send the people who the survivors right to Waterdeep, so they
You
can.
don't patrol the roads?
We're 4 people. We barely have enough to cover the city.
I'd say barely is putting it very optimistically.
He frowns at you. So can I help you with anything, your guild?
Well, we were just looking to make introductions. Ragnar will come by at some point today, most likely, to make his own introductions as the guild leader and talk to you about anything that you could potentially put us to use with. So if you would like to make a list of things that maybe we could help out around town with or outside of town. And would you happen to know of, well, you're not keeping track of the bandits, just that there have been some bandits, so I mean, I don't know that you would actually know this, but there was supposed to be a delegation that was coming to Red Lock that never showed up. Has there been any talk about where they were last seen or anything like that? Perhaps a burned out wagon that was there?
Oh yes, we've traveled the roads to and from Red Lodge for about a day out of town, but we haven't found anything. I've talked with correspondent. I've talked with people from the other nearby cities, and it's fairly odd. Normally we get a bunch of smashed wagons and dead mules, but this time there was nothing. It looks like it just vanished. But then again, nobody can search the entire road system, so we might just have missed it. Or they might have gone a shortcut and nobody realized it.
Where were they shortcutting from?
Let's switch to the main map, to the big map. Yeah, so, okay, he says, well, they were coming down the Yandas Pass, and were headed to Biliad. I don't actually know if they made it there. They didn't make it clear, but it doesn't seem like anybody has seen them since.
Wait, where?
Um,
The Endar Pass?
Wait, can I ping in a way that you get there?
Shift ping.
Shift ping.
Okay, so they started here and went into this direction, or not they started here, but they came onto the map there and went into the direction of Biliad, and
They were never
somewhere they vanished. He doesn't know if they made it to Biliad or not, because maybe he didn't hear from them, or maybe he didn't talk to them. Yeah.
Okay. Biliad, if I remember correctly, is some ways up north. We'd have to go through the Somber Hills to get there.
Yes, I mean, with the recent bandit attacks, it's probably safer to travel over Westbridge.
Are the Somber Hills where the bandits are hiding out then?
Around the hills. We've had some attacks to the northeast of Biliad as well, and but the hills are not very well charted, so it's safer to go with the main roads and stick to the areas people know about than just make your way through the Somber Hills. If
I could ask a quick question, sir.
what is it?
I had an old friend out here by the name of Thormsmer Oscar. He was a knight of the Feathergale Society.
A knight, you say? You should.
Yes.
I mean, the knights normally come together at Summit Hall.
Well, I think this was a different knight, perhaps. Normally found in the Feathergale Spire. Where would I find the Feathergale Spire? I only have corresponded with him through. We met the mail.
Oh, I've heard from that place. Haven't seen it or don't know where it is.
A rough approximation, sir.
Oh, it's right in the Somber Hills.
It's in the Somber Hills. Okay.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, sir. I've taken up too much of your time. Thank you for meeting with me.
It's no problem. I await your Ragnus. What was his name? Rangus.
Ragnar Iron.
Ragnar. Yeah, I'll wait him.
A
and
dwarf
follow
of most noble proportions.
this. I'll be happy to make his acquaintance.
Yeah. I doubt it. He mumbles.
Okay. All right, I think we can switch over to. Who wanted to go to the Swinging Sword or the Helmet High Sun?
I think we're all going together to the Swinging Sword, right?
Because Sandra's paying.
That's true.
Yeah, kind of everybody's going where I'm going.
So yeah, basically, Dandy will show up a few minutes late, but wait, Swinging Sword or Helmet High Sun again?
Swinging sword.
Okay, yeah. The Swinging Sword seems to be a fairly big. Is it inn? It's a bed and
Tavern.
breakfast place.
Oh, and yeah, and
Yeah, so
An
it seems-
inn can be a bed and breakfast. A tavern is just a bar.
Okay, then in that case it's an inn. It has a signboard over the door hanging from chains that says the Swinging Sword, and there's no sword to be found. And it looks a little weird because to the side of it there are people on a fire cooking stuff. But you go in, and inside it's a fairly big building. It has, I think, 2 or 3 stories, a 3-story, and it's made from stone, which is it's really solid. It's probably the largest building in the city. I have a picture, but I don't know how to show it to you because it's in the handbook.
Screenshot and upload that.
How do I
On
screenshot?
Amateur. Press the print screen button on your keyboard, then Control V in Discord.
Okay.
Click inside the text box in Discord.
Or
and
use the snipping tool if you.
Or use the snipping tool,
things.
yep. If you're hiding some other shit.
Okay, I made a screenshot.
And then copy it, or it might already be copied, and then Control V in Discord and automatically uploads it.
Mhm.
Is Group Hunter much of a drinker?
Oh yes.
There we go. Oh my goodness.
Let me show you the drinks of my people, right?
He's not Russian.
It sounded to me like that in the brief 5-second I got of his glory.
There you go, everyone. At home.
Damn,
a
that
lovely
looks
photo.
like long haul or some shit. Pretty sweet.
Yeah, it does. It's also got way too many chimneys, but we don't talk about that.
What the fuck? You're right. Hey, by the way, that looks. Yeah, that definitely looks like it's got a lot of bedrooms.
It does.
Do you have a tavern map?
Let's go back to it. Okay, yeah, and inside you're greeted by a. I don't know the races. What's Alaskan?
That's human, dark skinned.
Okay, but you're greeted by a dark-skinned female human.
It's either the dark skinned or fair skinned. It's fair skinned,
Wow.
fuck. Got it.
Okay, yeah.
Tuscan is dark skinned, Aluskan is the very north. White.
So you're greeted by a northern woman
Like
named
Nordic people.
who introduces herself as Kailesa Urkel. I'll copy the name in chat because it's that. Yeah, and she greets you and says, "Oh, welcome to the Swinging Sword. How can I be of service?"
We would like to throw a party! Arriba, arriba!
So, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 3 ale and a water, please.
Oh no, amigos! I will have a milk!
2 ale, a milk, and a water, please.
3 ale.
3 ale, 1 milk, and a water, please.
4 ale.
Whiskey for me.
Okay, you arrive in the door.
Yeah, we
I don't
haven't
have
even
to,
named
I'm
the thing yet.
3 ale, 1 milk, and 2 water, please.
And what for yours, Smith?
And what about the whiskey?
Ale for me.
Is
Okay,
Dante in here yet?
She points you to one of the free desks. It looks like it's actually a bed and breakfast. Like the people here don't seem to drink a lot. They seem to just eat a little bit, but yeah, it's not a bar. Yeah, and she after some time a woman, a different woman, Tetherian, whatever that is. Tetherian woman, a maid, brings you your stuff and puts it down and says, "It's always nice to have new folk in Red Larch," and goes back to the bar.
Si, señorita.
Is there anybody playing cards or gambling nearby?
No, not in this place.
I go and ask the innkeeper. Go and ask Kailesa. Is there
Yeah.
is there anybody you know that dwarf could get play little cards, have dice, anything really.
Oh, you could do that at the Helmet High Sun, right across the street. They're more of the drinking and singing kind of over there.
Oh, amigos, we should go over there.
What classes are you guys again?
They're all
Willow.
listed in the player notes, Johann.
Bard.
Player notes?
Paladin.
That is.
Okay.
Okay,
Sorry. Ragnar, do you have a holy symbol?
I do.
What does it look like?
It is an iron hammer and an amulet.
That could have been a middle finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, giant middle finger.
It's the holy iron. Iron, fuck you.
Alex, can you make me a religion check?
Yes.
Did you say
5
that I'm
years
there
later.
now, Johann?
15.
Okay. What was it, Biff?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. Alex, you noticed that one of the guests sitting in the inn, in the common room or the eating room or whatever, seems to wear a lot of symbols of the god Lathander, the god of dawn. So it seems to be a holy man of some sort.
Cool. I take no interest in the whole symbols of other
Gotta
people.
love plot hooks, man.
All right. Okay.
No, everyone can roll
At
checks,
least
even
he
if we
doesn't
don't have.
chainsaw them to death, Philip.
I mean,
Ross, I know everyone can roll checks, but does anyone is anyone proficient in religion other than Alex?
I mean,
I'm
just
not-
you
I'm
don't need
not
proficiency
proficient.
to
Yeah,
roll.
but,
That's what I'm saying.
But you're a paladin. You
Yeah.
would have reason to recognize it.
yes.
I specifically hate these people's religions.
Quote.
What religion was it again, Ross?
I just hate like all non-cat lords followers, which is a bit weird.
Non-cat lords. What?
Yeah, I follow the cat lord, and I rolled a flaw that makes me hate other people who don't follow the cat lord.
So we have the Lord of Catnip, or what?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, Findus is a bit special because he ate too much catnip. He had too much catnip. Like, hey.
Does he actually say hey? Does he talk?
No.
Oh, okay.
Can we make that a thing?
I mean, I guess I understand him if he's meowing.
I mean,
Yeah. So okay. So for Ross's character, it sounds like hey.
no. Since you're a human wizard, you might actually have done some experiments that gone wrong, and he doesn't say meow anymore. He only says hey.
Yeah.
And even for Ross, he just says hey.
He ate some of my cultivated experiments, and yeah, that was kind of awful.
It is a sign of the Diablo. Your cat, he does not respond to the meow of my people. Meow.
Well,
Meow of my people.
well, Findus, he had an accident.
An accident, compadre?
Yes, it's like, have you ever
There's
met?
shit in his backpack earlier today. I saw it with my own eyes.
What?
I shamble off for the lady who introduced herself to us.
What was?
That sounds like fucking thunder or something. What the fuck?
Someone's not on push to talk.
I am on push to talk, but I was pushing my button while that happened. I start finishing my drink pretty quickly. Like just
Yeah. So
okay.
how much do I pay you? Okay.
In this place, you would probably pay like 3 silver for the round.
Okay, I pay that. I count like a few copper and 2 silver coins out of my purse.
Okay, not a few, 10. 10
Yeah,
copper.
I know, but you know, 10 copper pieces and 2 silver pieces, and then leaves them on the bar. Which I don't know. Is the counter very high because I'm quite small, right?
It's not very high.
Okay, so I just put them on there and I say thank you.
I just imagine us sitting around a table together, and it's like the height difference is crazy. There's like 3 people barely, like, see, you just see their head at the top of the table, and then you get people who are out of shot of the camera, like hitting their head off the ceiling.
Okay. Do you guys want to talk at all to the other people, or just finish your drinks and head out again?
I want to chat. I want to
Yeah,
chat
I
with
want to go to
everyone.
the other bar.
What, Alex?
I want to go to the other bar.
Yeah, okay. No, but in this tavern, does anyone want to speak to people?
I do, but you can handle all that.
Oh my god, I think I was on my reverse muted.
What?
So I was talking when I was muted, and then I wasn't talking when I was unmuted.
Well, I heard you say that you wanted to talk to people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then. I just looked down, I wasn't muted when I was not talking.
Okay, so we'll... Ross, you want to speak to people in this tavern?
Yep.
As well as Dandy? Okay, we'll do this first. Do you want to talk to anyone specific, or to the...
Who's in the tavern? What do people look like?
There's a group of 2 dwarves in the corner who just they seem fairly rich, like they have gold adorned stuff on them. They seem like rich merchants, and they seem to talk between each other, and they don't seem to appreciate any company. And there's the guy I mentioned, the half elf who's wearing those vestibles. And yeah, there's currently there's only the Kalesa and the 2 helps in the room.
Okay, I guess I'll sidle up to the lonely guy with my bottle of milk. My bowl of milk, like held in my hand.
Oh, do you? Oh, wow. Okay, you read like that. Okay.
Hola, amigo.
Oh, greetings.
How are you doing on this fine afternoon?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
I reach out your paw.
Ross, is your race well known?
So I'm a far traveller. So even if it was let me just paste my feature for you. All eyes, but basically no, not really.
Okay. Okay, he asked you, where are you from, my... He waits for a name.
Amigo, you can call me Forest. My full name, Falling Leaf in the Autumn Forest.
Oh, that's a quite peculiar name. Where are you from, Forest?
What is your name?
Oh, my name is Brother Erden.
Oh, that's... Brother, that is quite a peculiar name to be called a thing.
To be what?
You know, you are a relation. Your name is brother. Your mother called you brother.
Oh no,
Hermano, it's a strange thing.
I'm a what is it? Acolyte of the god the thunder. So people call me brother since it's a religious thing.
Oh, sorry, my friend. My amigo is calling me. Good luck with your religion. Fucking, what the fuck? Amigos, I'm off. Ciao. And I just like back away, waving my paw like around in a circle.
Okay. he looks at you really weirded out.
At one point I'm going to realise that Dandy is a paladin and it's not going to go well. Not Dandy, sorry, Ragnar.
Okay, yeah.
What? Sorry, what does that mean? To see Dandy motioning to me to look at him in confusion. Hola, Dandy. Can you tell me what the hand circle means?
I would have stayed at the table.
I'll walk back over then.
Yeah,
You stay at the table of the priest.
Yeah, I was following you.
Oh, I see. Okay, I didn't realize.
Yeah,
that.
I'm sorry. I was tapped into the PDF, so I didn't see any of that.
It's alright.
Yeah. So he looks at you and says, "Well, that's a quite peculiar fellow. I suspect he's from not from around."
He's a giant cat. Did you think it was normal in these parts?
I'm half elf, half human. I don't
So
want
am
to
I,
assume
and that's the
anything.
first giant cat I've ever seen.
That is true, but I've seen a number of people around here.
Just over there in the corner, it's like a half giant.
I've seen someone with hairs of fire recently. That was quite interesting.
Sandra looks up. It's like, putting her hair a bit.
Okay,
But,
shut your mouth. Don't say any more about it. She's looking this way. Very carefully. Avert your eyes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't talking about your companion there.
Have you talked to any of the merchants, or are you along here in Redlock?
I'm just on my way through. I've been serving as an acolyte in a few towns to the north, so
The north.
I just came here by Westbridge a few days ago.
I had some friends in a Mirabarian delegation that was supposed to be coming through the area, but nobody seems to have heard from them in a fortnight, at least.
Oh yes. I was in Biliad before I came through Westbridge, and I've met them there. They were quite nice.
I met them there. When was this again?
That was 10 days ago.
10 days ago. Well, that's not too bad.
I'm actually quite worried that they that they haven't shown up yet. The way isn't far, and I took my time, but they're still not here.
There was mention of them using a shortcut, and well, frankly, the captain, who doesn't seem to be too bright, was talking about bandits on the road. Did you see anything of the like?
Oh no, but it seems like I've been lucky. There were a number of people who had that trouble with bandits, but I traveled on my own, and I'm a man of God, so
What
maybe
trouble
they
did
just
you
didn't
have?
see any worth in me.
Oh, I get it. I see. My mistake. Well, acolyte of Lathander, may the Dawn Lord guide your early morning risings and whatnot.
May the Dawn Lord bless the sunrises on your way as well.
I'm sure he won't. These old bones don't handle the mornings very easily. I sort of shuffle off, mumbling.
Okay.
I'm gonna go talk to those dwarves, but by all means, go to somebody else.
Alex, you wanted to head to the other inn, other tavern?
Yeah, I want to. This place seems a bit too relaxed and uptight.
Boring.
Yes,
What do you mean? I like it.
it's too quiet in here.
Okay.
Hunter, how about we try across the road?
Of course.
Okay. I guess you probably arrived. Let's say you arrived in the early evening, so by now it's probably evening. Yeah, you just want to go across the road?
I offered to the rest of the group of whether they want to join or not.
Yeah, I'll go.
Perhaps some drinking games.
So is everybody from the group leaving?
No,
Dandy isn't.
Dandy is staying here.
But Dandy's walked away from the table.
Yeah. So Sandra would probably go talk to the barmaid and
Okay.
to learn
to-
something more about the area.
to Kailessa or just any one of those?
To Kalesa, the one who introduced herself first.
Okay, we'll do that afterwards then.
Okay.
So yeah, you everyone else crosses the street and goes into the Helmet High Sun. It seems to be it seems to be a just regular tavern. You see over the door there's a warrior's bucket helm with 2 eye slits, which turns out to be like a upside down wash tub with 2 eye slits in there. And inside it's dimly lit. There are a bunch of people there. There's like this bar background noise. Maybe Ross wants to put that on.
Scott was in charge of music, not me.
Oh wow, Scott!
I got you.
Yeah, and there are a bunch of people in there. It's pretty packed. There are about 12 servers just working and carrying beers around, and occasionally they give someone nachos, but it's more of a drinking tavern.
Oh, go on, Sandra. Oh no, Sandra's not coming with us this time, is she?
No, she isn't.
Okay.
It's just cat, dwarf, and Goliath.
I make my way up to the bar.
Okay. Yeah, you see a fairly fat guy behind the bar. He's Titherian. And he says, "Oh, greetings! What can I do for you guys?"
Greetings. Drinks for me and my 2 comrades here.
Drinks it is! And he pulls up 3 mugs and fills them with beer out of an open
Amigos,
beer keg.
milk.
No! I'm sorry, I didn't want to assume, but I don't think we serve milk here.
You don't have alcoholic milk, amigos?
You what?
You don't have alcoholic milk? You just replace...
I can make one of the guys fetch you something from over the street.
I grab one of the flagons of ale that he's poured out and just hand it and just kind of push it into the chest of the cat.
Okay.
Oh, amigos.
Hand the other one to the Goliath.
Oh, Ragnar, you don't know what you do to my stomach. But for you, my friend, because of this party, this celebration tonight, we will party. Arriba!
And I hand.
Oh, you're having a party?
Yes, amigos. You would like to participate.
That seems... I'm busy running this place, but there's always room for a party, right, guys? And like half the tavern is screaming, yay!
I hand him a few coins and ask him, "Where's the where's the card players in here?"
He just points to one corner of the room where there are, as the people are partying, you see a bunch of people playing cards there, and other people are watching over their shoulders and screaming stuff, and it seems very exciting for card players.
As you enter, a dwarf screams at you, "Pull up a chair and warm yourself by the fire."
Yeah, so I'm gonna go and have a game of Hearthstone over in the corner with the other guys.
Yeah.
I kind of.
Some of them are playing Magic.
Is there any particularly burly looking people in this inn?
There are. You actually see, actually next to the bar, it's probably not right next to you, but a few people next to you, there's a figure that stands out. It's a fairly huge person, half-orc, who seems... She seems like she had a few drinks, and she's arguing with 2 way smaller guys than her, and it seems like it's not far from fist swinging, but after like a few more words, the other guys back down, and she just turns around and orders 2 beers for herself.
Half-orc, do you wrestle arms?
Do I wrestle arms? Oh no, sorry, that's the barman. I don't have that many voices. So yeah, she's like, do I wrestle arms? Of course I do.
I just put my elbow on the table.
Okay. Give me a strength check, and I'll have to. Oh damn! I don't have a monster manual here.
If only you could import any monster you wanted.
Oh, that
If
sucks.
only, yeah.
As a save, Scott.
Yep, it was. Would it not be like athletics check?
No, it probably would be a straight strength check.
There you go.
Okay. Let me remember how this worked with the token. So pull out a token. Where do I look for the classes or for the monsters?
Under the second tab, I think it is, and just search for orc or half orc. You mean for a token, right?
Yeah. What? No. For the character.
Oh, the SRD, the I. If you're looking for a specific thing,
How do I pull it onto the token?
like that, without the dot.
You could just roll 1d20 plus whatever you
Yeah.
think you should have.
I don't even think there's a half orc monster, generic monster.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
but,
half orc's a player character, so it would be.
Yeah, but she has everybody mentioned in the book has a class. So
Oh, if you know her, yeah, you can pull it in if you know her. It's
Okay,
probably
yeah.
like commoner 1. Commoners have +0, by the way.
no, she is not a commoner.
Okay.
But you don't know that.
We can now triangulate
wow.
the class, guys.
Okay. Yeah, you.
What does that mean? What was that?
Did
Oh
you
wow.
crit fail?
Yeah, she crit failed. So you
Break her arm.
No, you pull up and both of you sit down, and right as you start, one guy who's clearly there are a few interested people around. One guy spills her drink, her beer, one of her 2 beers, and it just spills all over her arm, and she slips, and you easily defeat her. And Yep.
So begins the mating ritual of the Goliath.
indeed, no, and before she even says a word to you, she just turns around, looks for the guy, isn't sure which guy it is, and just slams her fist into someone's face. And the
Cue
guy,
the bar fight music.
the guy goes down, but obviously he doesn't want to fight with a half orc, so he just his friends drag him out. Yeah, and she turns back to you and says, "Ah, that was quite a fight."
It was?
No, it wasn't. That was a joke, man.
Oh.
I had one fight that went like this a few days ago. Let me look up. I missed. Where's she? Oh, there she is. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. She said, yeah. I fought with a dwarf earlier this month. That went shit like that. I slipped and he somehow beat me.
Do you care to go again?
Of course. And she wipes away the beer, and just this time she puts her mug somewhere else, and yeah, this time it takes a little longer, but eventually she overcomes you, and you lose.
Best of 3?
Best of 3 it is. The loser pays around.
Agreed.
Okay, strength check. Jesus, okay, so she crit fails again.
Damn, your rolls are at 1 point tonight, Johann.
Yeah, you guys start again. At this time, it looks like she positioned her arm wrong, and as you slam her hand down onto the table, you notice that her arm just goes into a weird position, and she curses and grabs her shoulder and yanks her arm into the thing again, and it makes an audible noise, and it looks like it hurts, but she barely moves her face. Says,
I slap her on that same arm, like, heartily.
okay, yeah, she makes a face now. She says, Garland, around for my friend and me. And Garland comes around and pours both of you beer. So do you want to chat about anything specific with her, or just chat along with her?
Yeah, I would ask her name. Sure. What's your name?
It's Zomith.
I like how we're shouting at each other.
It's loud in there. I write down some.
I got the spelling right.
You're like in the club, you know.
It's a very female name.
This dwarf, who was he?
Oh, one of all the fuckers that I won't bother with an accent. My throat is kind of sore. One of the buggers that went with this caravan.
This caravan, I've heard a lot.
Yeah, a bunch of caravans. I used to work for one and back in Biliad, but they threw me out after that fight.
Oh, you like to fight, do you?
Well, I mean, he started it by cheating at arm wrestling, and I won't let that go. So I threw a few punches, and eventually they threw me out of the tavern there.
And what do you know of the caravan that he is accompanying?
Yeah, so basically she tells you, and you figure out that at some point she tells you that this is the delegation you're looking for. She fought with them about 15 days ago, and her own caravan threw her out after that, and she made her way here just by foot. And yeah, but she doesn't look like she cares at all what happened to the the Mirabat delegation.
So you're out of work currently?
Yeah. Oh, you also you also hear that the caravan continued south after Biliad, like the delegation caravan.
South out of Biliad. Okay. So you're out of work currently?
That's true.
Keep
There's
an eye
no
out
one
for
who
our
wants to
sigil.
be protected, it seems. What did you say?
I just said keep an eye out for our sigil, and then describe the Iron Thorn.
Oh, you guys fight a lot?
I try to.
Well, trying to is half the way. Yeah, she seems interested, but she also seems to be very interested in drinking some more. So, unless you want to ask something specific of her, she will just continue to drink and still tell like brawling stories and stuff like that.
No, I just kind of slam my what do you call him? Stein?
Yeah.
Mug? Yeah, whatever. Chug that down, slam it on the desk, and then slap her again on the bad arm.
Okay, she again looks like it hurts, but she is probably too proud to make a noise.
I have a feeling I shall be seeing you around. Let's hope so. Yeah, I'll just return to Ragnar.
Okay. So, wait, who else was in the tavern? Ragnar and Falling Leaf in the Autumn Forest, right?
See.
Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
I want to play a few rounds of cards, see if I can make some money.
All right. Let's see. Okay, yeah. You join one of the tables, and they're playing ancient Texas Hold'em, or I guess Waterdeep Hold'em, or something like that. Yeah, and you play a few rounds. Roll me. Do you want to cheat or just play for fun?
I am proficient in card playing.
Oh. Roll a card playing check then.
There it is.
Okay, give me a second.
And I put down, like, what kind of gambling levels are they at? They like a gold piece, or are they?
Oh,
10
no.
gold?
A few coppers and a silver at max.
Okay.
Yeah, you easily walk out with about 5 silver more to your name. After a while, everybody stops wanting to play with you because you always win, and they're kind of grumpy about that, and they start playing other games, which are pure luck and just dice games and stuff like that.
I keep playing dice games that I'm not proficient in.
Yeah, okay, just you don't have to roll for that. It's just for the entire evening. You walk away with 5 silver.
Cool, that's fine.
Do you want to roll me a... What is it?
While we're playing, I am asking questions about like if anybody's heard anything about the carriage or the kind of party that was travelling to Red Larch, that kind of thing.
Yeah, roll me a d4. Yeah, after that we'll do a break. Two. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You play cards with a bunch of them, and of course, all of them. You get their names, but I'll spare you like 10 unimportant names you'll never need again. One of them introduces himself as one of the local shopkeepers, Endrith Valivo, which again is a name I will paste in the chat because it's
Thank you.
stupid. Yeah, and he tells you, he seems, of course, all of them are a little drunk, and he tells you about a bunch of beautiful old books written in Dwarvish that he that apparently showed up in Womford, and he heard about it because he bought one of the books from a merchant who just came from Womford. But yeah, he was really surprised that there were these ancient Dwarvish books just on the market, and it wasn't like a merchant who has like expensive stuff, but it was just a normal merchant who happened to carry one of these beautiful Dwarvish books around.
In Womford.
Yeah, but no one knows anything directly concerning the delegation from Miraba. But I don't know if you know that in character, but Miraba is a Dwarvish city. Or you probably know that in character. I don't know if you know it out of character. Miraba is a Dwarvish city, so the delegation was probably mainly made of dwarves.
Okay.
Okay, Scott, you wanna have a break? Oh,
I'm back.
He just went AFK. See, he's
Okay.
back already.
We might as well just play through.
okay, yeah, we'll... When do we end?
1 hour.
An hour.
Okay. Yeah, Okay, yeah, that's everything you can gather in that night. Everything interesting. Of course, you hear a bunch of rumors. Most people are complaining about bandits and how they're destroying the caravans and how that's hurting the local economy. And that's a lot of politics talk about what the Lords of Waterdeep are up to again. And yeah, it's
Cool.
just banter at some point. Ross, what do you want to do?
Amigos, in celebration of this night, I will buy a keg of beer for the whole bar.
I mean, the barman looks a little surprised and says, "Oh well, for that you'll have to pay up first."
Of course, amigos. How much money?
For a keg of beer, like
Cheap
like
beer,
a
I don't really care.
5 liters keg, probably.
I don't fucking know, Johann. I've never heard you think I've actually interacted with alcohol.
Aren't they usually like super big kegs with, I don't know,
Yeah,
50
I don't
gallons
think-
or something?
I don't think one of those kegs. I think it's one of those 5-liter kegs.
It's like
maybe.
buying, well, buy the whole bar
Those
around
little
then.
ones
I
you
mean,
take
I
to
don't
the
really
bar.
Yeah,
care.
okay.
Yes, in the
Buying
back.
the whole bar around is better. So he asked for 2 gold.
Damn, that kid's charging a lot, but yeah, toss them the
I mean,
coins.
it's really.
How many
full.
people are there in there?
There are 50 people in there.
50 people? Fucking hell, I didn't know there's that many people in the town!
Neither did I, but they have 12 servers, so there must be a bunch of
Fucking
people.
hell,
in
yeah,
there.
I guess you're right. Okay, damn, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll pay for
So he
it.
paid 2 gold, and he grabs a bell that's on the top of the bar, and he just rings it, and everybody. It's already loud in there, but
Yeah.
it gets even louder as everybody cheers, and people come rushing to the bar, and everybody gets a.
I try and like shout like above the noise, like amigos, the round on everyone for the celebration of the order of the Iron Fist. And trying to. That's
Iron
what we're
Thorn,
called,
but-
right? Iron
okay,
Thorn. I thought we changed to Fist.
Crowd.
I mean, you already had a beer, so Iron Fist is fine.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, beer, unmilked beer. Ooh, just go straight through me.
Great marketing strategy there.
Is she struggling to get over the sound of the crowd?
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
lend my voice then.
Everybody is, oh, the Iron Fist, yeah.
And then you just hear the thunder of a Goliath cutting through it all. And then if there's anyone around who looks particularly naturey, like, I don't know, another cat person.
No, there's no other cat person.
I did think so.
In the entire adventure, probably.
Who's the guy in the tavern who showered the least this year?
There are a bunch of them, probably. Who showered once or twice, maybe.
Yep, Ironthorn.
Okay, Ironthorn. Not bad. I thought our symbol was a fist.
No, it's an
It's a
Iron-
fist holding thorny.
iron fist
I
holding
see.
thorns.
Okay, I took away from that. There was an Iron Fist.
The
Right,
Iron Fist is Alex Holy symbol.
Iron Fist is his name, yeah, his name.
That's his
An
name.
iron hammer is his holy symbol.
That's true.
Um,
And we're going full circle.
yeah, so,
Yeah.
yeah, anyone naturey.
Probably not in here. Like, at most there are farmers, but for anyone naturey, it would be way too loud and crowded.
Okay, then anyone who looks like they've got a lot of stories to tell.
Yeah. I mean, most of the storytellers are with the card playing people.
Sure. Is there no like maybe if there's a band or something, I'll go to them.
It's too loud for a band. A band would be in the swinging sword, but not in the
Ah, I see.
hammer
Okay.
Tyson.
Sure, then I'll go join in the card game.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you do that, and do you actually want to partake in playing, or just
Yeah, sure.
have fun?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a straight d20. Unless
So
you are
Alex
proficient
used
in
his
cards.
charisma for cards. Can I use my charisma?
He's proficient.
I'm
He's
proficient.
proficient in that.
But
You don't know cards. so
non-proficient check would be the same check, just without your proficiency bonus.
yeah, but it's. I
Okay,
see it more of a
okay.
luck check, so it's just
Okay.
straight d20. Oh yeah, you're also quite lucky. You don't know the game that well, and it's
Yeah, beginner's
sometimes-
luck. I'm just throwing money in.
Sometimes the rules are a little weird, but you throw money in and you have like people tell you to stop because you're already at 19, but you say no, I'll draw again, and you draw 2 and 21, and everybody cheers, and you get probably about 1.5 silvers out of that.
One silver. Amigos! It's amazing. The luck is with us tonight, eh, Ragnar?
Nothing to do with luck. Well,
he
yours
says
was.
as he's counting cards like a madman.
Yeah, it's a skill game. as far as I'm
Nothing
concerned.
17 to do 18.
Cards is absolutely a skill game when you're playing against the opposition.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it also helps the fact that no one's going to question you with me stood over your shoulder.
That helps.
Okay, I think we can go back to the other side of the road, to the swinging sword. Philip, what are you up to?
So Sandra has walked up to the bar. I assume this is happening at the same time, so she wasn't just awkwardly sitting there doing nothing. So she walks up to the bar, and if the bartender is not so busy, she strikes up a conversation and says, "Hi. So, did a lot of people come here recently?
Oh no. Recently we have had a bit of a decline in people who come here. It's the damn bandits making the roads unsafe.
Yeah. Are you from here, or did you come here too?
Oh yeah. I've grown up here.
Oh, beautiful. Must have been a lot of changes in the place at the moment. Yes.
Yeah. We had to change our kitchen. We can't use the one in here.
Yeah, I was wondering. You were cooking outside?
Yeah, it turns out the kitchen in here is a fire hazard, and we'd have to do major work to make the kitchen safe again. So for now, we just cook outside and think of a solution.
Okay. Is this a problem that is of engineering, or is this something bad happened?
Oh, it's an engineering problem. And the chimneys draw very poor, and we're thinking of adding a few more, but we already have way too many chimneys.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't even know where half of those go.
Well, maybe have you tried going in from the other side? Maybe
No,
drop
no.
something down through them?
That would
See
be
where they go?
I mean, not yet. Someone would have to climb the roof for that.
But isn't it?
3 stories high.
I remember in Waterdeep there's some places of mystery there, and when I grew up there, me and my friend, my friends, and they wouldn't call me my friend, but we would go to different places, and they would always say, Sandra, you try it out, and I would find out a lot of mysterious places and go into some. So if you really look for this kind of stuff, you can find some interesting secrets sometimes.
Oh, I will try it. I'll ask for one of the roof cleaner guys. What's the name for them?
Chimney sweeper?
Yeah,
Chimney sweepers.
Yeah.
One of the chimney sweepers to come over.
Chimney
And I
sweepers
said one of them
don't
would
actually
probably-
go onto the roof, by the way. So a roof cleaner guy would be better.
But back in the day, they did that.
No, back in the day they stuck something up the fireplace.
Oh, okay.
I guess some places they might have climbed up to the roof if it was easy
Because
access.
yeah, anyways,
That it really doesn't matter.
yeah, I found Findus in such a place, and he's been with me ever since. And that's when she like picks up Findus, who's like crawling around the bar. So
And he's like, hey.
Hey. Yeah, he's a bit... Is she weirded out by that?
A little bit, but there was a talking cat in here earlier, so it's fine.
And yeah, he struggles around a bit, and then I let him go again. And I say, do you know any knights?
I know the Knights of Samula.
Maybe Feathergale? Have you heard this before? Do you know anybody? Is this?
I know the place. It's out on the Sumber Hills, right?
Yeah. I was wondering if they come here sometimes. You know, maybe to get some supplies, or because.
Not that I know. No.
Okay. Thanks anyway. It was nice talking to you.
No problem.
All right. And then she just sits there, looks around a bit.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like hoping
you
for
guys,
other customers to come to take away.
you guys probably chat for
Okay.
like do some idle chat, and she tells you about fog that persists on the Sumber Hills, even in bright sunlight, and sudden gusts of hot wind sweeping
Oh, that
out
sounds
of the
really
hills,
unreasonable.
where it always has been very cold, and lightning stabbing up from the hills into clear sky. And yeah, she says it's fell magic, and is worried about it, but she also says that she can't look into that because she has a bar. She's like in no position to do anything about it.
Yeah,
But she's worried about it.
Okay, one last question I ask her. Do you know James, the town guard?
Oh yeah, James. Yeah, he shows up
Is he
every
from
now and
here
then. But
too?
I think he is. He grew up. He's the son of this and that.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, he was really nice. Just wanted to know.
Oh yeah,
what
he's a
other
good
thing
boy.
with him. Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah,
And that's it.
Biff, what about you?
I was approaching the snooty dwarves.
Oh yeah, yeah. So, do you want to sit down with them or just say hi to them?
Yeah, I'm gonna hobble up to the table, and then I'm gonna take a chair and sit down like I've been running. So I'll be like breathing heavily.
One of them turns around, and they seem like they've been talking about something like, ow. And they speak with a fairly heavy accent. And one of them is like, what is it, old man?
I'm sorry, I didn't see anybody else at the stable. I was just parched for a little bit of wind there. How is your all's day going today?
It is good. Okay, let's make some super German. Geschäfte sind gut.
Well then, does that sound very? I don't know.
Well, you don't know was.
How do you know I don't know you? What is your name, sir? My name is Dendarian Philomore. Perhaps you've heard of me? Of course you have. What is your name?
My name is Thorog Fuzzlebutton.
Well, Mr. Fuzzlebottom, I don't know where to go with it. You look to be very finely appointed. Are you a merchant around here?
Yes, I
Quite
travel here
successful,
quite
yes.
often.
Are you stationed here in Red Lark then, or do you travel the road?
No, the area has become too dangerous.
So you send some other people to do that, I assume.
Of course. I don't do the work myself.
Well, I happen to be the herald of the Order of the Iron Thorn, and we are in town and looking for a little bit of work. If you could perhaps tell us where you've been losing your merchandise, we could send a party of people from many reserves to go out and patrol the road around there and perhaps recover your shipment.
It's those damn Samba Hills. It's a death trap for everyone.
Well, could you not go around the hill?
No, all the ways. Let me show you the map. Everything leads through the hills. You'd have to go over the Cattle Pass. But my friend here, his name is. Let's look around for anything on our desk.
Do you want a name generator?
Nah, it's fine. I can think of names. His
Why
name
did
is,
you miss the opportunity to call the dwarves Thorsten and Torben, Johann?
His name is Thorsten Nordzucker.
Well, pleasure to meet you, Mr.
Yeah, he basically complains about how the workers these days just want way too much money and how it's impossible to get rich of caravans anymore, and how they're basically losing their entire fortune, and it seems like he's complaining just because he likes complaining.
Well, I agree. A man can't turn a decent profit in his worn down bitter days of banditry. Why, I suspect with two well-known merchants such as yourself, if you were to give me the locations where you've heard of bandit ambushes and the losses and reverses that the vagaries of trade often bring about, I could then piece together where these bandits perhaps are hiding, and we could apply some pressure so that you are capably substituted your money from,
If I knew where they were hiding, I would hire people myself. That's the problem.
You just said they were in the Sunburn Hills, so perhaps if you were to loan us a cart, or we could escort a caravan of your goods to the Sunburn Hills as bait. Obviously, we would allow it to go through the Belliard, where you could then sell your goods and return your money. But we could draw out the bandits and destroy them.
No, the Samba Hills are dead to me. I will go south to Ampile. Time to make some real money. And the other one nods, just in agreement, since he didn't say a word up to now.
You said he complained.
Yeah, he complained that everything is too expensive, but it seems like they have plans already to not stay there.
I have a question.
Yes.
About the River Desserin.
Okay.
Based on the map, it seems to flow north. Is it like the Nile, where it's the only north-flowing river?
I don't know.
Wait, what? Based on the map, it flows south.
Well, Gastar's Creek, typically a creek doesn't get thinner towards the end.
Yeah, but it looks to me like the creek is flowing south into the river, right?
Unless the creek is a subsidiary of the river.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely flowing south because it's south on the big map. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The creek is a subsidiary of the river. Creeks flow into rivers, and the creek is flowing south, clearly.
Yeah,
right?
I think the river is flowing south.
Right. Gastar's Creek is labeled, but that branch there that Gastar's Creek runs into, I'm just curious what that is.
I have no idea. It's probably Gastar's Creek too, but
it's probably just called the same thing, yeah.
Okay, so it's all just Gastar's Creek. Okay. I don't have anything else.
But yeah, the whole thing runs south towards ocean.
Okay, I mean, you guys, if you guys want to roleplay some more, you can, but there's not much more to gain. It would be just for roleplaying sake.
And the 2 bars.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to turn up some information on where anything is, but nobody seems to know anything. So
Yeah. There are bandit attacks, but it seems to be of multiple bandit camps and not one big bandit hideout or something like that.
sure, but like nobody will give me the information on where they're being attacked from, so I don't know if it's just like any road is fair game, or there's certain roads where we can expect an attack, or
Said the Summer Hills, right, didn't they?
In game terms, any road is fair game, and so you will roll for random encounters anywhere, and you can encounter bandits anywhere.
okay. That's all I needed to know.
All right.
So I need to go and introduce myself to the man.
Okay, yeah, we can do that as the last thing today, and because if we start up anything major now, we will not be able to finish it. Did you guys have write down the information you got somewhere?
Yep.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, Alex. Okay, so you want to go to the what was it? Whose place was it?
I can't remember his name. The
The butcher, Yelesa Onra. The butcher shop, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to do that in the evening after you finished your card games, or in like early in the next morning?
Well, I would probably do it early the next morning.
Okay. Yeah, you head up there, and it looks like Yalessa is barely awake. She looks a little tired and says, "Yeah. Who are you?
My name is Ragnar. I'm looking for the captain.
You're new in town, right?"
I am.
Well, the captain is out at the moment. If you walk through town, you should see him somewhere.
Wasn't he on night shift?
Yeah, but it's early morning. He might still be on shift.
I mean, he may have seen him as we were leaving the bar or whatever. Because do we have a place to
Yeah,
sleep?
but he wouldn't know who he is.
I asked the woman what he looked like.
I just suspected you would sleep in the building, like with one bed. Someone would sleep in the bed, and everybody else like on their camping stuff on the ground or in the main hall, or Ross on the roof.
I would have spent the night in the tavern.
Okay, yeah, that works as well. In the sworded, swinging sword, or like playing games.
Yeah, the one that was the one that was playing cards in.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Did
Tell
anyone?
that high sun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did anyone sleep at night, or did just everybody do their
I
stuff?
slept.
I got a room in the swinging sword.
Okay, that's 2 silver.
Okay.
I would go to the guild house and sleep in the bed there.
That is fine. What about Group Hunter and Falling Leaf in the Autumn Forest?
Yeah, I'd fall back to the guild house.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd
So you sleep like on the ground?
Yeah, it's not uncommon.
Okay.
I'd curl
Yeah.
up on the doorstep. On the floor mat, the doormat.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I guess the mule is bound to a flock next to to a pole next
No.
to the building. It just stands there?
I'm just let her free range.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
How many mice did Hart catch?
Probably
roll
none,
me.
and then immediately attacked me when I came in.
Probably. Okay.
When Forrest is curling up outside the door, probably Findus comes by and just goes, "Hey!" Wants to play or
Meow.
something.
Except he speaks just common. And I speak cat to him. Meow. Meow. Meow.
Hey.
Hey! And then when you're not in the mood to play, he just goes off and finds something to hunt or something.
Okay, so back to Alex. Yeah, if you want to look out in the city, you'll be able to find the guy fairly quick.
Yeah, I'll take my dog for a walk while I'm doing it.
Does everyone
Okay.
have a pet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you describe what kind of dog you have and how it interacts with the rest of the
And
animals?
his name?
It's like a, I don't know. It's not like it's like a mongrel.
It's
not
the corgi.
It's like crossbred between like a don't know, a Labrador and a German Shepherd or something. Like just like a run of the mill dog. And it just follows me around. I don't particularly look after it. As not that I neglect it, but it kind of just looks after itself. But it will follow me around.
Okay. Yeah, you spot Harburg as the only guy wearing actual armor in the city.
I walk up to him.
He says, "Greetings, sir.
I trust you're the captain of the guard here.
That's me, Harburg.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. Who are you again?"
I'm Ragnar. I believe you were expecting me to arrive.
Yeah, it looks like he needs a second to think who the hell's Ragnar again. Then he's like, "Oh yeah, the guild. That's right. It's nice of you to show up to say hi."
Yeah, we're setting up a guild station just to the west of the town. We're going to need
All right.
supplies to make it fully functioning, of course.
Well, if you need work done, you should probably talk to who would be best. Let me just look through the map. Oh, you should talk to Dornan or maybe Valvor, but probably Meliko.
Okay, and where would I find them?
Oh, and okay, he explains the locations to you. Dornan and Meliko. Dornan is number 12. It's one of the two stoneworks places.
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing 18 by the judge of that being a quarry behind it.
Dorn's Finestone. Yeah, 18 is Meliko Stoneworks. But did I write that right? Meliko, yeah. And number 16 would be Velvur's Wagon Works.
Cool.
Oh, that got split in an awkward way. Yeah, he tells you that Valvo usually does wagons, as the name implies, but he also is the local carpenter, if anything arises.
Very good. Now, I understand there's been some bandit problems around town recently. And as
Yeah, a few of the nastier ones right in the area have been dealt with, but it's still the issue that caravans won't come here just because the Sunbelts aren't a safe place anymore.
Well, hopefully we can go some way to help with that. Part of the reason we're here,
Okay.
just to deal with.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it says the most urgent problem is probably where this delegation ended up, because if the delegation turns out to have been killed and raided, other caravans will be way more careful to travel around the area. You have to know that delegation was fairly heavily guarded, and if they were ambushed, that means that there must be some fairly powerful forces out there.
Of course, we will we'll look into it for you, and of course, any financial support you can provide to the guild in terms of payment, and that'd be much appreciated, even if it is just assistance from the local merchants in the town.
I'll try to see what I can do.
Of course. Perhaps if we can get trade flowing again, then the money that we'll make is for assisting our rebuilding of the guild hall.
That might be manageable. If you can take out the bandits, or at least a few of them, that might be a great help to the town.
Of course. We'll set upon it in the next few days. We'll be heading out of town. We need to resupply, of course, and also I've not seen a blacksmith yet in town. Could you point me in their direction?
We don't have a blacksmith, a working blacksmith. We have Ironhead Arms, where you could buy armor and stuff like that. But I mean, there must be a blacksmith, but there's no one mentioned. So I guess there's Ironhead Arms also does basic blacksmithing work.
Well, that is something I can bring to the town as well then. I seek to rebuild a forge here. That's what I did before I started adventuring.
That will be a really useful addition to the town.
Of course. I'll see what I can do.
He nods and says this guild might prove fairly helpful to the town.
That's the plan. If you need anything of us, then you know where we are.
Yeah, I will.
And I give him a kind of curt nod and then head back towards the guild house.
Okay, yeah, he looks after you, and he looks not puzzled, just interested. Yeah, so unless you guys want to do something small, we should end it here. And you can discuss what you want to do next time, because yeah, you can ask for more clues, but you already got a few of them. Enough to get you going, I think.
Yeah, I think when we reconvene all together, or in the next morning, then we already got our directives going, right? Heading out and establishing ourselves.
Yeah, you
to
can
do that. We actually got to make a name for ourselves.
You can just have the discussion in character right now to what you want to do.
Sure. So, is there anything you guys want to do before we jump into the next morning?
No. But what are we going to do in the morning? I mean, we're just going to wander into the Slumber Hills?
No, but the delegation, first thing we would meet at the clubhouse. That's what I'm calling it now. And talk about the information we gathered, because technically Wagner is kind of our leader, right?
No.
We're a council. I'm the guild founder, but we're a council.
Yeah, okay. Well, then the council's got to convene to go with what's next. So,
Yeah, but it sounds like that's what we're doing right now.
yeah, I was just trying to fit it in the role-playing space.
Wait, where is this thing delegation from? Mirabar?
Yeah.
I've been there.
Have you?
Yeah.
Out of character? What?
In my character, in my vaccine. No, yeah, not out character. But there's no road to. I didn't think that would be in it because on the map that Beth gave me, there's no road to Red Larch that goes through Bellard. So maybe you're right about it not being from Mirabar. But it could just be this map that's wrong. Anyway, yeah, I'm happy to go out and go to Bellard to see if the delegation's there.
Well, that's their last known location, so I guess that is our next step.
So they were traveling from. Johann, can you go back to the world map?
Of course I can. I even take you with me.
So they were traveling from Jundar's Pass down to Red Larch.
To Bellard.
Oh, sorry,
Belliard.
to Belliard.
And then to Red Larch.
And then to Red Larch. So it's just a question of whether they went through the Summer Hills or down past the Summer Hall, down to Womford.
I don't think we know they arrived
Scott-
in Bellard yet.
Scott got an information.
Yeah, Group Hunter is the only one who knows that. That's why I said we should council
Oh.
meeting.
No, Scott got an information what direction they went after Belliard.
South.
Yeah, I had the information that they were in Belliard, but
Oh,
not,
true.
not where they went after. So, I mean, if we're having a summit, I would share all the information that I got that they made it to Belliard, and that was the last known location that I had them at. Nobody's heard of the Feathergale Keep. I've been looking for it. They just know it's somewhere in the Summer Hills.
All the information I got. There's some books of interest for me in Womford, and some information, and potentially from my personal story. So I don't really share it. But I share the fact that Mirabor's a dwarven city, so that there might be a few of my kinsmen amongst the travelling delegation and guards.
And Mirabar is a fine place, amigo. The city
Indeed.
is, it's very stout. And cold. Not as cold as Luskan, but cold nonetheless. Have you been to the ice lakes? Up north.
I have not.
It is such a wonderful sight. But also chilling in its own way, not a tree for miles. Horrifying, yet wondrous at the same time.
You're such a romantic.
I would recommend all of you, at one point in your life, you must see these ice lakes. The wonders of
Yes,
the
I'm
natural
sure.
world.
I'm sure Dandy will go and look at them.
He probably asks if there's any women there.
No, at the mention of cold, he starts rubbing his joints.
Because maybe it is too late for you.
Wow.
So we have him at Belliard. I guess we should head to Belliard and try to figure out where they went from there. We could
They
take
meant to
them
move south.
south from Belliard along the large path of the Desarin Road.
Scott, the Desert Road.
Down the Desering Road.
Did they make it to wherever they were going? Do we know that?
You don't.
I only know that they headed south. That's the extent of the information I received.
The delegation is on its way to Red Larch, yes? See?
Mm-hmm.
It is odd that they chose the longer route. Do you not think so, compadres?
Well, I spoke with some merchants that seemed to think that the Desserin Road was a safer road than the large path.
There are troubles on these roads?
Bandits the whole of the Somber Hills seem to be socked in with bandits, and indeed all the roads around it are under threat by these bandits. I think we could either go down to Wamford and then up the Desserin Road in case the delegation just got behind, and we would meet them along the Cairn Road or the Desserin Road. Or we could try to take the large path and then jump across the rivers and make it over to the Desserin Road and the Somber Hills. But that seems the more dangerous route.
Yes,
I suggest we go south to Wanford and head up the road to Belliard.
We could stop over in the barge right in.
My vote is also south, with these godless people no doubt have the cat's curse on them, so a wagon wheel breaking would be no surprise to me.
Dandy, you probably know the barge right in. Not from personal experience, but from hearsay. It's a popular place for your faction.
My faction?
Yeah.
The Zentarum have an enclave at the barge right in. We could stop by there and see what information they may give us and support.
That seems like a good idea.
Group Hunter, Sandra, what are your votes?
Yes, I think we shouldn't really go right through the Lion's Den. No offense there. Sorry. The Somber Hills do seem to be the origin point of the bandits' attacks. So maybe we can gather some more information. Maybe, yeah. So I think south is a good option, especially if Dandy has some people he knows.
I believe I need to ask, what lions do we need to face?
So that's a figure of speech. We use it to describe a dangerous place. So there
It's
are
a
no
shape
actual
of
lions
speech?
there. We use these words to describe the situation that we walk into. So when I say lion's den, I mean it's dangerous, like a lion's den.
Wait, you walk into information?
Yes. No.
Lions' dens aren't dangerous.
What is
that's
wrong with
to you.
lions, amigos? I have spent
Lions
many
are
a night
gentle and
lying
proud.
with lions.
That's something we say in Waterdeep because I do not mean to offend any of you, but to humans like us, lions are quite dangerous.
Humans like
yes,
us?
I can see
I'll
that.
look
Your
around
bodies-
for any other human.
No, I'm talking of humans from Waterdeep, like me.
So they are weak.
Yes, in physically, but lions are very strong.
Seeing where this is going, Dandy pops up out of bed. I'm sure he was leaning against. But there would be no lions in the Somber Hills. No lions at all. In fact, we would have more chance of finding lions in the plains of the Cairn Road than we would in the Somber Hills.
Lions this far north, I still don't understand.
See,
Well,
I have not seen a
I
lion for
think-
some time.
That if we go south to the barge, right, we might there might be a good challenge in it for us.
Well, my vote is still south.
Wait, south? Just straight south? To Amphale?
South along the Cairn Road.
Okay.
Sorry, Cat Lord, I am sorry to not have specified that. The voice came into my head and said me I was too confusing.
Yeah, so I believe we all voted. to go south, right? Oh, did...
No. Group Hunter hasn't decided anything.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
He was still clarifying about the Lion's Den.
Well, I've yet to find a challenge I cannot beat. South it is.
All right.
Hold on, someone figure a metaphor and ask Group Hunter the answer. Like a riddle. A challenge you can't beat, lol.
I think we have a plan then.
Sounds that way.
Alright. Sweet. Is this
Okay.
where we fade out?
Yeah, this is where we'll fade out. After Philip is super uncomfortable with lions.
Trying to justify every metaphor he uses.
So, my question for you is, what can I do better? Apart from learning English, because that's not happening.
Is this town or a village?
Hmm?
You call it city all the time.
It's a village.
Yeah, I know, I'm just saying it triggers me, Johann.
That's really pedantic.
But he already said that he's not going to learn English better, so...
Yeah, Ross.
Yeah. Maybe you should take a lesson from Ranger Ironfist, holy symbol of the holy fuck you, man.
The iron middle finger.
I just need time to get used to the way that you GM. I don't know that you're doing anything wrong. Just different from the way that I played in the past.
Okay.
So I would hesitate to say that you're doing anything wrong. For me, I don't know. This is a clarification. Should I be making checks? So, like when I'm talking with the merchants, I'm trying to get them to lend us some wagons and to bait out some bandits in the Somber Hills. You know, do I need to pump them for information? Do I need to make a check, or did I get all that I can get? Do I need to make a persuasion check to see how open or not open they would be? You know, if it's just going to be a straight no matter what, then I understand why there was no, hey, roll some persuasion, or
No, it's no.
prefer that I bring it up. That's also fine. I just want to know.
No, it's not a no matter what. If you talk to someone and you have the feeling that they're lying to you, you'll have to ask yourself to make that check, because I won't tell you, so this one person is telling you, no, there are no bandits around here. Please roll me an insight check. That's not... I would ask you to roll those kind of checks, but if there are people who you might talk into giving you something, I will tell you to make a check. Like I did with Alex playing cards, I told him to make a check. But with the dwarves, for example, were just people I put in there so the poor acolyte wouldn't have to sit there alone. So I didn't want to give you any cards and stuff like that.
Was that maybe the reason why you had liberty with their names, Johann?
Maybe, yeah. No, so I stonewalled a little bit there.
Yeah, to stop us going down dead ends, basically.
That's fine. So are we just basic? Is this story just going to be, this is the module, we're going to play the module, and there will be no freewheeling?
There'll be...
I mean, that's fine if that's how you're going to run it. I'm not saying that's bad. I just want to know.
No, the module is fairly free. I didn't... I still have to put in some plot hooks for you that you just get, because... no, basically it's quests that I still have to tell you about, that I have to tell you about in character. But... yeah, it's fairly free, and at the moment you just have this very few clues, and basically everything is pointing to Biliard, so you head there. But once you establish like a base of information, you can do whatever you want in the confined space of the map. I would not be comfortable with you just saying, "Oh yeah, well, let's go to Mirabar and see where the delegation was coming from." And stuff like that.
Right. You had already said don't go off the map, and I understand. But like, My understanding of this map that we're looking at right now is that it is a watered down player friendly version, which means that there's other stuff on the map. And you'd already said that you were worried about us walking into areas where we will die. So to me, I'm trying to turn up information on, hey, we know that there's trolls up, up by the Westwood, so I don't need to know exactly where the trolls are. I just know that they're around the Westwood. So be careful going to the Westwood. I might run into trolls. Or, hey, if you go on the larch path, you're going to get besieged by rock golems and dragons. But if you go along the Desserin Road, it'll just be bandits.
No, I see what you're saying. The problem is that Red Larch as a city is built for... as a town, yeah, Ross. Wow. Minus experience for you. It's built for the level 1 adventure, level 1 to level 3 adventure. So most of the people who live there have very interesting plot hooks to stuff that already happened.
Okay.
So that's why I gave you most of the information that's available in Red Larch. For other information, you'd have to speak to everybody in the city. But yeah, Ross, you can do that.
Would the stuff that we did, if we'd started at level 1, let us know more about the map around us?
A little more, yeah.
All right. Is there like a check that we could make to know something about the Desserin Valley so that we could be like, this area is dangerous, or you do a rumor, like an inquiry check in Red Larch in the inn, and they tell you about the stuff that happened nearby. These adventurers found this thing here or that. I'm just trying to get a feel of how you would prefer we go about that.
I will warn you if areas are very dangerous. Like right now, you can walk anywhere and there won't be any danger you can't handle, because the places that are really dangerous you don't know about yet.
Yeah, roads are all the same encounter, right?
Roads are all fine. It takes longer to travel through the Summer Hills just because it's hilly and it's a path and not a road, but you can go wherever you want. The issue is with my other group, for example, they found out about a place and when they were in Red Larch, and asked around about it, and it was a fairly high level place. It was what was it, level 3, 4, 5? It was a level 6 area. So the people told them, hey, yeah, we know this place. It's somewhere along that area, but you shouldn't go there because the area is very dangerous and there are wild beasts around it and stuff like that. So I discourage them from going there this early.
Okay.
But you've not found any information about stuff I wouldn't think you cannot handle. Or I think you cannot handle. So yeah. No one talked to you about any specific dangers. It's just that there are a lot of bandits around.
Right.
And of course, you have the monsters that you have in D&D. Standard stuff like bugbears and goblin camps and stuff like that.
Okay. That sounds great. Otherwise, I really enjoyed the session.
Yeah, it was fun. Good introduction.
I'm really looking forward to interacting more. Especially first combat will be interesting. But I'm liking the vibe of this. Also, the cats make everything better.
Yeah,
thank you.
I ran this adventure so far with I think the first part I ran with 3 groups, 4 groups even. Wow! So you're the 4th one, and most people just say, "Oh, Billiard. Okay, we'll instantly go there as soon as we get the first information about the place.
We did that before.
Yeah, you did that.
Would you prefer that I do that? I'm used to more sandboxy games where there's no like quest thing. I've hardly ever played modules, so if you guys just are like, hey, you're spending too much time doing absolutely
No,
nothing.
it's fine. With the real life group, I have someone who just goes up to everybody they meet and asks them, hey, we have seen this sign and this sign and this sign. Do you know anything about them? And sometimes those are just generic NPCs that are there for no apparent reason. And sometimes they walk up to someone who actually knows something and can tell them stuff. So for me, it's nice, but I won't always give you information every time you ask. I will give you information every time you ask someone who would know that, and that might be rare.
That's fine with me.
And for example, with the Feathergale Spire that you guys asked a lot about, right now I'm not too sure who knows about it and who doesn't. I would have to read into that. So I didn't give you too much information because I have to read up who knows about it.
That's fine. That was really the only weird part to me, was like I had this information about the Feathergale Spire and this knight, but nobody had ever heard of the knight or the Feathergale Society or the Feathergale Spire, and I was like, that's weird.
I mean, in the story, it's a fairly new thing.
Yeah, it might just be really esoteric knowledge.
It's a fairly new.
Right, but I'm just saying that I didn't have a baseline. I was.
Or you didn't know
Yeah.
where you
in the
got that
blind.
knowledge. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's. I'll try to make it better next time.
Well, now people know that we're looking for it, so maybe people watch us in the future and be like, hey, remember when you asked about this?
Or maybe
Yeah.
no one knows about it because it's really secret.
And that's fine. I just made an assumption, and it was a wrong assumption.
I mean, in Red Lodge, there are people who know about, or at least who have information about a lot of places, but they might not be in the tavern. That might just be you talk to the smith and he says, oh yeah, and I know about this place.
Oh, definitely. I mean, there's a lot that we have not even attempted to interact with in Red Lodge
Yeah.
yet.
I mean, I also completely forgot to give you and everyone else the contacts for the factions, because each faction has a contact in the city who knows about stuff. They might not know about stuff, but they might at least be able to point you into the right direction or help you with I don't know, you say you need information and they tell you where to find it and stuff like that.
That sounds great. I don't want you to think that I'm being negative. I was just trying to supply constructive criticism, and I'm having a great time.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks, Johann.
You're welcome.
I gotta get up a club and just stand.
Yeah, the contacts for the factions are actually they are there before for the level 1 to 3 adventure, and most of them only have information about that. But 1 or 2, I think, have information about other stuff as well. So you just have to ask them.
Okay. No XP this session, I'm guessing.
I will give you XP. I will have to figure out how to count social encounters in there. But up to now, I basically did 100 XP as a baseline for turning up to the session, and everything else I'll figure out in the time between now and the next session. It's not enough to level up, so you don't have to worry about that.
All right.
Okay. Well, I'll see you guys later then. I had a lot of fun. Thanks for
Yep.
inviting me.
Bye.
Bye.
And I'm also
Catch you later.
nice. It's late.
Okay, I'm getting a call.
Thanks
Good
everyone
night.
very much for watching this episode of Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition with Johann. Join us next time for the exciting continuation of the Princes of the Apocalypse in episode 2. Dun dun dun, where we leave the city of Red Larch, which is a city,
Maybe.
and maybe continue onwards. Or yeah, maybe we'll talk to the Smith for 3 hours. Okay,
Yeah.
bye
Bye.
everyone.